Happy Monday, Donnie Baker here with the LPR Sound Foundation. Today I want to jump in and I want to share with you how I built my minimal mix template. And I'm going to share with you how we did that. We took this from an actual workshop. I chopped it up a little bit just to make it fit make everything fit for you. But if you follow along, you'll be able to make your own template. Save it as a template. Next time you're ready to start a mix, you jump right in on your mix. You're ready to go. Let's go take a look at this. All right. Today what I want to do is I want to go through and show you how a really quick way to build a template that you can probably use on every mix session that you do. So here we have a blank Pro Tools screen. This is what it shows up when you open up a new session and you've got nothing built and you didn't open up on an already existing template. This is what it looks like. There's nothing there. So first thing that I would do is start making some folders. So let's go. You can go up to the top here and you can click Track, New. And you can go, let's go make a stereo, make them routing folders. That way you have access to inserts and sends from the actual folder. So let's do that. Let's start with 5. We'll start with 5 routing folders. Sound good? There you go. So let's make 5 routing folders. Let's go and start naming things. When I name things, I like to name things, I like to have the caps on. So let's go start with drums. Then we'll go to the next one. You can just click, then you can click OK, or you could click next. And then the next one's going to be bass. Then the next one's going to be, let's make the next one rhythm guitars. Okay, rhythm guitar. Then we'll do a solo guitar. All right, and then let's do keys. Now we've run out. Now we got to make some more. So let's go with 5 more just in case. All right, we'll go stereo, routing folder. All right, so there we made 5 more. So next let's make lead vocals, and let's make background vocals. All right, so we don't really need the rest of these. Let's get rid of them. We have drums, bass, rhythm guitar, solo guitar, keys, lead vocals, and background vocals. Now, the keys, that's going to contain everything, including organs and synths and pianos, even string sections I put in the keys, and we can if we feel like we have a lot of strings and we want to adjust those later, we can put a folder within a folder. We can actually do that right now. Let's go ahead and make another folder. We'll make it a routing folder, and we go here. We can go ahead and put the name here. We can just call it strings if we have strings, and it'll put it inside the keys folder. Okay, so if you do have a lot of strings and you want to have a separate folder for strings, you can do that. Let's just keep it organized. For now, I'm just making it simple. Okay, next what I want to do is I want to add my effects. Okay, so let's just go start up. Let's do stereo, and let's do auxiliary inputs, and let's just start with 4 of those, and we'll have room reverb. We'll have plate verb. We'll have short delay, and we'll have long delay. You know, sometimes I like to have a slap delay, so let's just make 1 more, and we'll call it, here you can name it here. You know, there's 5 ways to do everything in Pro Tools, man, so let's just call this a slap delay. I like a tape delay, if you will. Okay, I like to name it slap. So we'll keep these all outside of a folder. We don't want these inside of a folder. So this is the template. So I got routing folders for all my instruments that I like. I've got all my effects set up and ready to go. I can go ahead and add my favorite verbs. Like I like the capital for, I like capital chambers for my room verb. All right, so I can go ahead and add that there. I like a little plate, my plate verb. All right, little plate for my plate verb, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so you don't have to have those already on there. I just do. You know what else I do is I go ahead and add my SSL bus compressor to my drums because I'm always going to use it. You know, so I just always go there and use that. I'm always going to have it. I'm always going to use it, so I'm going to leave it in my template. So we could actually go in and do our routing now. This is kind of funny the way that you have to do it because you have to go into your I/O, go to your bus tab, and see we added down here, we added the folder 1, 2, which is, if I move this out of the way, I'll zoom in on the, when I edit, but see, it's folder 1, 2 right there. Okay, and then our other buses, you see that one was already named string, so that one's already there. All right, so those are already there. So all we gotta do is go here and add the, let me okay that. So okay that, and then it changed all those names. You see that it changed those names. All right, so we can add the bus. So now our routing is all complete. So once we get that in there, now I do use a hybrid system. So I'm gonna make my outputs go to the specific outputs that I like them to go to. Starting with my drums, I'm gonna go 1 and 2, but those are already 1 and 2, so I don't need to do those. Let's go from the bass to the BG Vocals, and I will make those go output. The next one is 3, 4. I'm holding down Shift Option Command to make them go in order. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm gonna make all of my effects go out 15 and 16 on my console, okay? So they're gonna be on 15 and 16 on my console. So my console, I've got 32 inputs, 32 outputs. I'm only using 16 in this scenario. So there is that. So that's pretty much the way that I create my template is ready to go. All right, so go up here to File, Save As, Template, and you can save this as a template. You can give it a name. I've named mine Minimal Mix Template Start. So that's where I start every time, and I'm holding it in whatever category you want, music. I keep mine in music, and I'm gonna keep that name on it, and I'm gonna click OK. I already have it, so I'm not gonna redo it. But that's the simplicity of creating and having a template ready to go. If we go over and look at our mix page, you see that our mix page is the same. You can change colors. Once you bring files in, you can put them in the dedicated folders that you've created, and those are routing folders, so those all do route to a master fader. If you're not on a console, I do suggest creating a master fader, just because you should have a master fader if you're going to send everything out to one fader. So basically, at that point, you leave everything at 1 and 2, and everything would route back to the master fader. You can put in whatever mastering plugins you like. If you want a limiter, multi-band compressor on your master, whatever you put on your master fader, that's entirely up to you. That'll be another lesson for us where we talk about what I use, the plugins that I use. I don't use a lot of plugins. I do minimal mixing. I do enjoy this bus compressor on my drums, and I do enjoy the UAD Capitol Records for my reverbs on my rooms. Little Plate is one of my favorites for the plate reverbs. The delays, I'll switch those up every once in a while. The slap delay, I do enjoy this SSL X delay for my slaps. Okay, that's my favorite for slaps. Here, I might go to an Echo Boy. I might go to an Echo Boy on this one, and probably the other one as well. So you could just take that and duplicate it over to the other one, hold down Option and drag it, put it there. Now all my effects are ready to go. I'm ready to go, and then I can go back and save this again as a template. Save it as a template. You can overwrite the name that you gave it earlier. It's that simple. Great way to start making your templates, making them quick, making them easy, and then save it. Save it for next time that you want to start a mix real quick. You're all set. You don't have to go in and make tracks and try to make things happen while you're waiting to start mixing. And you just start mixing right away. This is the great thing about Pro Tools. You can save your templates, you can save sessions, you can save even track presets, which we'll talk about on the next one. We'll see y'all next time. Donnie Baker, I am out. Hey, hopefully you got something out of that. This all came from a workshop we did a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna do another workshop in December, and I'm gonna make sure that you get invited. If you do want to get on my list, there's a couple of ways you can get on my list, man. Here's the best way to get on is to go here, learnprorecording.com/basics. Sign up for a free course. It's absolutely free. It's a really cool little thing, man. It shares with you routing in an analog situation, in a digital situation. It explains patch bays and how patch bays are used and why we use patch bays. Then it talks about hybrid mixing and analog mixing using this console. So it's a pretty cool little thing, and it's absolutely free. So go grab it. Let me throw it up here one more time. learnprorecording.com/basics. I'll also put a link to it down below in the description just go down there and click, get on the list. Once you get on the list, you'll get emails when we do these workshops. So come over, hang out with us. I'm always trying to share with you Pro Tools tips and tricks and how to get more efficient with Pro Tools to further along your career. Part of my job is to help you come up. Don't make the mistakes I've made. I've already made them for you. You're welcome. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great weekend. Donnie Baker, I'm out.